Welcome into First Alert Weather Plus. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Darius Mack here on this Tuesday. For folks that are heading to the Gulf Coast this week, or if you're already there, you want to be mindful of a developing tropical wave of energy that could bring some rainfall, pretty decent amounts of rainfall across that part of the weather world. So thanks for joining us as we're going to be talking a little bit about what is going on in the tropics. So we have our eyes on the tropics right now, and as I mentioned, right towards the Gulf is where we do see where we do have that wave of energy there that is currently spinning. So you see a lot of those clouds, those colors. So those clouds continue to build up. We got those warm Gulf waters that is really aiding in the development of that activity. So that's what we've been seeing so far, generally right into the Gulf. Here's your hurricane forecast from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA's forecast calling for above average named storms. Our average number of storms, 12. 13 to 19 named storms is what they're forecasting for the Atlantic. So far we've had 3 named storms. Last one was Chantal. And the next system, if this does develop, would be Dexter. So that would be the next name on the list. Last year we had 18 named storms. Now out of the 13 to 19 named storms that NOAA's forecasting, I believe about 6 to 10 of those they're expecting to be hurricanes for the Atlantic hurricane season. So that's something there. But here's the latest with the tropical outlook highlighted there. You have that X mark, which is where we do find that wave of energy right now that's currently spinning just along the east coast there into the Florida Peninsula. And this is expected to project westward as we go throughout the middle part of the week and latter part of the week. So that area highlighted essentially right along the Gulf Coast there is the area of concentration where we could see that system continue to move. So here's the latest with satellite and radar. You actually see that wave of energy, the way those winds are moving, as a lot of the activity is really spinning there just north of Orlando, Florida. We got batches of showers and storms into the Gulf as well, and then already extending towards southern Louisiana. Those areas will be getting in with some waves of rain as we go into the coming days there towards Miami as well, as this system is going to continue to progress westward. Here's the broad view. So it's really more organized further south to go towards the Gulf, but we also have batch of showers that is also streaming in from southwest to northeast. We also still have those rain chances that'll be around for us as well for Middle Tennessee. Not expecting a total washout, but again, we do have those daily rain chances as we go throughout this week. So we have a very warm Gulf, and so we got temperatures in the Gulf right around 80 degrees Fahrenheit or more. And so what you need is warm waters to fuel the development of these storms. The warmer the waters are, the more moisture that can be available that's lifted up in the air to really develop those clouds and those storms and get those storms to really materialize. So we got a very warm Gulf, and the setup is we do have this wave of energy essentially right on top of Florida. That's going to continue to progress westward. Notice for Wednesday into Thursday. And then also what I've highlighted here is these areas where we have precipitable water. Notice as you go towards, say, Mississippi, Alabama, right along the Florida Panhandle into southern Louisiana, those areas are highlighted of having the highest precipitable water amounts. Now, what precipitable water is just imagine taking a giant rag and wringing out all the available moisture in the atmosphere, and that's how much moisture can fall out of the sky. And so that's what we are looking at as the greatest concentration of that for the Florida Panhandle into Mississippi and Alabama by the middle part of the week. Those are the areas that could be dealing with the potential for flooding. Here's a look at estimated rainfall so far in Florida, saying towards Daytona Beach within the last 48 hours, just a little over 3 inches of rainfall. And I think pretty broad area could see anywhere between 2 to 3 inches or more of rainfall, especially as you go right towards the Florida Panhandle later this week and towards southern Louisiana, and really say towards the Gulf Shores. Those areas later this week, really be mindful of that. So here's your Wednesday. Already by Wednesday morning, scattered showers out there, and that could also bring some concerns for travel. So if you do plan on traveling, just be mindful that with this system, with a lot of this rain, that could actually lead to some travel delays as well. So notice by your Thursday, we still have that wave of energy. It's still just spinning right along there for portions of the Gulf Coast and to even New Orleans, those areas getting in with some rain. There's Thursday. You go later into the week. Now this starts to try to wrap this up, but I think with that wave of energy still hanging around there, we'll still see some additional rainfall Thursday into Friday. So I did mention some travel delays. We go later into Thursday evening and Thursday night. That's when I do think we can expect more of those delays to be around. Notice right along Florida, you're looking towards Orlando, the Tampa area. Those are highlighted under a moderate risk for travel delays. And then even as you go towards New Orleans, say towards even near Houston, there into Texas, could also expect some travel impacts with a lot of this rain. So the real issue with this will be the amount of rain that this could bring, as it could bring flooding potential, and then even expect more delays possible in the same areas by Friday as well, as that system still continues to progress westward. Notice even for Tampa, still highlighted there under that moderate risk for travel delays that are expected there. So that's what we are going to be looking at. That's what we are going to be looking at there. So that's what is expected as we go over the next few days, especially by the middle part of the week and even into the weekend. How much rainfall can we expect? So this is from the European model run, and it's showing, notice for Louisiana and further west you go, closer to about 3 to even 5 inches of rainfall. This is going throughout the week, throughout the weekend, and even into next week, as far as by next Monday actually, as far as how much rainfall you can expect there. So that is pretty much the case as far as how much rainfall that we can expect across the Gulf Coast and for Florida. Now let's talk about the forecast here for Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to pull up that 7-day and punch it up for your full screen there so you can see all of that. And let me just take off this bug here at the bottom so you can also see the low temperatures. And notice temperatures generally into the 90s. We'll have that daily chance for showers and thunderstorms. It's going to be hit or miss with those rain chances, and then overnight lows down into the 70s. So that's the case as far as the forecast goes here across the mid-state. WSMP4 First Alert Meteorologist Darius Mack here. Again, just expect potential travel troubles there if you are heading down to the Gulf Coast later this week, or if you are heading up from the Gulf Coast. I know a few folks that are already there in the Gulf Coast, and they're expected to head back later this week, so you may run into some travel troubles with a lot of that rain that is expected. Well, again, First Alert Meteorologist Darius Mack here with First Alert Weather Plus on your Tuesday. Hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Stay safe, take care, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.